Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope you're all doing fabulous. So here I am. And I know I have some newer subscribers, and I know I have some that have been around for the last 4.5 years. And those of you that have been around for a while have watched me go through the mountains and the valleys of feeling good physically, to being very, very sick, to being on an emotional high, to being very depressed. And that seems to be the cycle of my life. Back in 2017, if you start watching me around March of 2017, I had started on what I called back then my personal growth journey. And it was amazing. It was just amazing. It all started with a book that I had read, that I had found from another YouTuber. It is called Mastering Your Mean Girl. The author is Melissa Ambrosini. She's wonderful. She even puts her own story in there in the preface, so you know that it's not just fluff. She went from rock bottom to the ultimate life. And I followed this book to the T, and it worked. It was amazing. It changed my, I don't want to say it changed my personality. It changed my outlook on everything. It changed my outlook on my relationships. It changed my outlook on how I felt about myself. It changed me physically in that I became much healthier, much happier. Just to look at me, I looked different. It made my dreams come true because I became focused. And in less than a year after starting that journey, everything that I wanted in life, not quite everything, almost everything that I had wanted, that I wrote down, that I was focused on, came true. And that following, by February of 2018, everything was falling into place for my life to be exactly as I wanted it. Obviously, circumstances are always going to pop into my life, your life, to kind of maybe set you back a few steps. And I did videos in 2018 about struggling and falling off the wagon, so to speak, and tried to get myself out of that. And it was very difficult, especially after another very significant death in my life, which then, once that happened, it was a downward spiral. And then you will see, if you look around January of 2019, my life that I had been living in Florida, which was my dream life, all changed, and we had to come back here to Pennsylvania. So since January of 2019 through, this is February of 2020, I have been on a self-sabotaging journey. And I have been in a very slow downward spiral. I haven't had a wake-up call to make me get on here and make this video. It was just a decision. So what have I done this last year? Well, first of all, we moved back up here to take care of my mother and my grandmother in this very work-heavy piece of property and house. And Mike and I have been busting our butts trying to get it that it is the least amount of maintenance as possible, but it's never going to be maintenance free. We've tried to talk these two into selling and moving somewhere that's easier. I finally realized that I can't change other people and I can't change their minds. So we made the decision a few months ago that come this spring, we're going to move out, and Mike and I have to move on with our lives. And I have said that in a few videos ago that I did, that it's just time. It's just time. It's a tough love thing. We're moving on. But the past year, because it has been so frustrating for us, I have lost everything that I had gained during my personal growth journey. I lost my happiness. I would sit and just cry. I would get in my car and drive and just cry. I started eating super, super bad. Now, back in March of 2019, I signed up for the gym, got a personal trainer. I needed to start working the shoulder, which if you watch in 2018, I had a rotator cuff surgery that was extremely bad. It was a complete tear in half with tendons up in my neck that retracted. I have several screws in my shoulder, and I was told I had to wait a year till I would get used to it back. Well, March was like 7 or 8 months, and I started, working with a trainer. Let's strengthen me up again so that I can use this arm. That didn't work. I stayed in the gym for the longest time, to the point where I've hurt the shoulder again. Don't know how much damage I did not getting it checked out right now, but I'm back to being limited on what I can do. So then that depressed me. And when I was in the gym, I was eating great. I tried vegan for 14, well, not so much vegan, but whole food plant-based for 14 days. Enjoyed certain parts of it and stayed on that program. Didn't stay on it completely. I incorporated some things back into my diet, but not everything. That lasted for a short period, but my sadness and my frustration always took front and center, which then just made anything that I had done to myself mentally and emotionally to make me feel better, just made it go away. This has been probably, I thought 2017 was going to be one of my roughest years just because of all the deaths I had in it. But then when I started working on myself, I realized that I could overcome that. Now I realize that 2019, and Mike will agree, has been the worst year for us yet. So about 2 weeks ago, again, there isn't some kind of an aha moment or something that happened that caused me to do this, but I saw my book on the bookshelf, that Mastering Your Mean Girl, and I thought, I need to reread it. So I started rereading it, doing the exercises in it, meaning the emotional, mental exercises, not these exercises. Got about halfway through, and then I got back on my own YouTube channel, and I've been binge watching myself from my very first video, which was put up in the end of November of 2015, through to, I'm currently up to like April of 2017, watching them in order. And I'm so glad I started doing YouTube because, first of all, I love it for family memories and just when I've recorded vacations and put them on YouTube, it's a chance for me to look back and smile. But the other reason I'm super glad that I did it is because I can see myself and the changes that occurred with me physically, mentally, and emotionally over the course of, like I said, I've only gone through like a year and a half worth at this point. And I intend to keep watching them, but I wanted to stop at the point where I'm at to make this video, just to let you know where I'm at. I had regular subscribers that commented on every video on how they loved the videos I was doing back then and how they could see a difference in me emotionally and physically. And And I felt like I was doing something very, very good. And it just made me think that, dang it, I did have a good thing going, and I let circumstances get rid of all that. And one of the things that I had to do when I first started on the journey in 2017, which is one of the first things the book has you do, is you have to remember that you yourself are not your circumstances, your experiences, or your past. So many people say, they use the phrase, I am what I am today because of something bad that happened in their life. And I so disagree with that statement. I didn't used to, but I do now. That you're not who you are because of bad things that happen to you. You are just you. And when I had done the journey back in 2017, what they had us do, what the author had us do, is she had us write down on a piece of paper different things in our life that I thought shaped me into what I am. Like one of the things that I wrote down, I remember, was my parents' divorce. Another one I wrote down was being laid off from a job because I had never been let go from a job before. And there were other things on there, I know, but I can't think of them, because once we wrote them down, we had to symbolically remove them from our life, whether it was tearing the piece of paper up and throwing it away, or burning it, or whatever. And we had to actually do that and promise ourselves to let go of those things in our life. And I did. And that was, like I said, exercise number 1 in my life. Just started moving forward from there. So when I picked up the book again 2 weeks ago, I had to do this exercise again. And honestly, I didn't use anything from previously because I had already let those things go. But there are like 5 things in my life that I could write down that happened to me just in the last year and a half that have affected me to the point where it was just weighing on me and bringing me down, and I couldn't let these things go. So I have wrote them down on a piece of paper. I have that piece of paper sitting downstairs right now. And when I'm done this video, I'm going to go read them all out loud to myself and tear them up. Because a lot of the things that are on that paper are what I'm depressed about and angry about right now. And I'm never going to be able to get that healthy outlook and happiness back if I don't let go of these things. And some of them were things that were out of my control, like the death of my stepfather. That was completely out of my control. But then there were other things, like I know one of the things on my paper that I wrote down already was the unhealthy eating to fill an emptiness. Always have been an emotional eater, a binge eater, or if I'm sad, just get away from me, give me a chick flick movie, and give me a tub of ice cream or a whole bunch of candy or a chips and salsa or just something, and I will just consume massive amounts of it. And then it's not just one thing. I start with a salty, then I have to have a sweetie, then I go back to a salty, then I have to have a sweetie. But that's one of the things on my paper that I wrote down that I can control, is the emotional eating. So I have to be able to read these things, tear them up, let them go, get them out of my life, and move forward. But again, looking back at the YouTube videos has been an inspiration. So I am back again on another personal growth journey. Again, like I've explained in a previous video, it's a little difficult for me to film here where I currently live. My mom is away at the moment. It's the only way I can film. When she's here, it is completely impossible. Just completely, trust me. I can't find a space that is decent enough lighting, living in this cave, and quiet enough that I would have privacy. So it's only when she leaves that I can film. Or like if I'm downstairs doing a grocery haul at the table, I can use, because that's not long, like this is long, but if it's a grocery haul, I can squeeze that in a minute or two, and hopefully not get interrupted. Right now I'm up in the loft of the log home, in my great grandmother's old bed, which sits right outside my bedroom. And like I said, I'm alone, and the lighting in here, I don't even know how this lighting is going to be, just because the walls and ceiling are all wood and it's very dark. So again, Mike and I are planning on moving out of here in, what are we, beginning of February? So 2 months max yet that we're going to be here. We want to be out the end of March, beginning of April. That's the plan. So, and I'm going to do nothing but positive thinking that we will be able to move out by then. We have some things we have to sell first, equipment that we had purchased for this property that we are not letting here because it was way too expensive. So that's our plan. And then my plan is to work on me again. If you haven't gone out and bought the book, go buy it. You can find it on Amazon. That's where I bought it. Again, it's Mastering Your Mean Girl by Melissa Ambrosini. And I want you to follow me again, because this is, it made me happy, super, super happy on this journey, and to tell you guys about it. When I would sit down and do a video, I felt like I had, like that was my purpose. Is that the word I want? Like I felt like I was really doing something good in the world, even if it was only to one person who was watching me. But like I said, I had several women who were regular commenters on the videos that I did, and I miss that. So I think that's all I have to say at the moment. Like I said, it's Thursday, so I am going to go to, I'm not sure which grocery store I'm going to go to. I think I might end up driving over to Lancaster and going to Costco today. I'm not going to do a great big haul. I'm not stocking up, again, because we are going to be moving out. So I'm back on like a meal plan and grocery haul, which you have seen recently. So I will let you know, choking here, I will let you know what my meal plan is, and then we will do some shopping today. And then of course, with it only being Thursday, I have to wait till tomorrow to go to the farmer's market for my fresh produce and maybe some of my meat. So let's go. Dreariness outside, but happiness in the car. Okay, I went to Costco. When I got here, I pumped my gas, and it was not raining. Now it's raining, and of course I'm parked in the back of the parking lot. I'm a bit wet, so is everything in my purse, and so is everything I bought. Okay, I am back from Costco. So let's see what I got for $251 and change. I have a large pack of AAA batteries, some beef loin, tenderloin steak, which is filet mignon. There's 4 pieces in here, and when you purchase this from the 5th through the 11th at the register, you got $10 off. A double pack of the thick sliced uncured bacon, a bag of snacking cucumbers, some Kodiak cake pancake mix, 3 pounds of walnuts, 3 pounds of pistachios, an 8 1/4 pound pork loin. I will cut that up for pork chops. Big thing of flounder, fresh, wild, no farmed. Crunchmaster multigrain crackers, a beautiful pineapple, ahi tuna, Better Than Bouillon beef base, 4 pounds of butter, a bag of 6 Haas avocados, organic baby spinach, 2 chickens, 6 romaine hearts, some blackberries. I think it was 18 ounces were in here. Doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure it was an 18-ounce clamshell. And 4 pounds of Costco's ground beef. And here is the meal plan for the next week. So tomorrow I'm going to make some homemade sloppy joes and have a salad with it. Saturday we're going to Mission Barbecue with our best friends and then back to their place to play games afterwards. I'm taking some homemade onion pretzels and I'm also going to take a fruit tray. I just forgot to write that down, which is what some of the fruit you just saw was from. Sunday I'm making herb roasted chickens with lemon. That's what the whole chickens are for. Some rice, some lima beans, and some carrots. Monday is pork chops with creamed red potatoes and Italian vegetables. Tuesday, Mike and I are eating alone. I'm making 2 of the filet mignon steaks. He'll get a baked sweet potato, I'll get a baked white potato, and some green and yellow beans. Wednesday, I'm going to use the leftover chicken from the whole chickens, I'm sure I'll have some left, to make some chicken enchiladas with rice and black beans. And of course, Thursday's leftovers. Hello again, it's Friday. Is it as blustery in your area as it is here? We have 50 to 60 mile an hour winds out there today. Hence the hair on the head. Oh, that's the oven, hold on. Okay, no crisis. Anyway, I had the rest of my grocery haul. So I went to my farmer's market this morning. And then I went to Walmart. And of course, there were 3 things that Walmart didn't have that I had to stop at another grocery store for. So I'm going to start with farmer's market. Raspberries, 2 containers, 3 big bunches of broccoli, a sweet potato and a russet potato, kiwi, 4 lemons, 2 containers of strawberries, red grapes, a red pepper, 2 dozen of free-range brown eggs, some red potatoes. These are just little guys. 6 fine ripened tomatoes and 6 plum tomatoes. And that's it for the farmer's market. I stopped at Bed Bath & Beyond and used a coupon and got Mike his favorite peanuts. So that's a 2-pound can of his favorite nuts. And then the local grocery store, I got some onion soup mix, Ford Hook lima beans, and Monterey Jack cheese. Those are 3 things I couldn't get at Walmart. And now Walmart. A quart of fat-free cow milk, some Starbucks white chocolate mocha coffee cream, and some Natural Bliss, yeah, can't talk today, sweet cream coffee cream. Tomato sauce, 3 yogurts, 2 vanilla almond milks, some vinegar and oil dressing, some stainless steel cleaner, almond extract, 2 bags of sourdough pretzel pieces, peppermint patties. This is my favorite little treat to keep in the refrigerator when I need a sweetie. 2 of the Chicken of the Sea tuna infusions. This is a sun-dried tomato and a Thai chili flavor. And then 1 can of yellowfin tuna packed in EVOL. 2 cans of yellow beans and 1 can of green beans. Some quart-sized freezer bags. A tube of tomato paste. Tortillas. A 5-pound bag of mandarins. Some cinnamon. 2 bags of frozen crinkle-cut carrots, Perfect bars for peanut butter and 1 dark chocolate chip peanut butter, a bag of rubber bands and pipe cleaners. They were on request by my husband for work, some Fiesta blend cheese, and some stainless steel scrubbies. So that's going to do it for this week's meal plan, a grocery haul, and me trying to get my shit together again. Sorry for the language. So stay tuned for a future video. I will see you soon. Bye.